I'm not gonna to present the museum because this is not the topic of this session. But I invite you to go and visit our website, which is awesome. It's full of information about what we do, who we are, and some sample of our materials. So go and see it, and you will find under Museo del Risparmio.it. So let's talk about gender gap, if I can manage. Yes. The agenda is very simple. I will talk about some stylized facts that almost everybody knows. But I'm really here to talk about the result of our new survey. The survey is how we... So I'm going to share our experience because we are preparing and delivering. Most of us make financial decisions with long-term consequences. We decide very simple stuff every day, like how much to save, how to invest, whether to tell we should subscribe. Very simple stuff that we are asked to do, and most of the time we don't know exactly what is the best choice. Okay. Now, there is evidence of a gender gap. This is not new. I mean, there is academic papers from Lusardi, Bucher and Cohen, but these are only two, and because Anna Maria is here, I mentioned it for this reason, but I mean, there are many, many papers pointing out that there exists a gender gap, unfortunately. And also recently there is a paper about Clapper and others that are based on the Standard & Poor's Gallup survey, and they simply confirm that the degree of financial literacy is indeed higher for men in 135 countries out of the 144 countries that are being considered in the survey. So financial literacy is somehow at a different degree for women, and the gap is there. And unfortunately, much higher on the risk-related question, is 31% higher. So men are better off 31% of the time than female in giving the right answer. And also, among youngsters, we found that OECD PISA, there is a gap, not everywhere. Actually, what is surprising is that at the mean, there is no difference between boys and girls, almost everywhere, but for Italy. So, knowing the fact that there is a gap, what we have done, and we have designed the research, trying to understand how women manage money and how they make financial decisions. There is a gap, but we are interested in how, okay? So we design the question, and then we ask a social data analytics company to run the survey. The number of people involved were 1,750 were women, and actually the sample has been appropriately stratified to account for social, geographical, and demographic factors. So the sample is representative. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. So we ask who does what in the family. Housekeeping, as you can see, is up to the women, without doubt, 82.5%. But I want really to go deep into the 41.2%, okay? Because I thought, okay, this is the result. I mean, 41.2% of women think that they are in charge of the family budget. What does it mean? What does it mean to be? What does it mean? It means that I go to the supermarket without asking money for someone. No? So from this point of view, or I can decide if I can buy or not buy something. Because as you see, the percentage are higher in these two categories. But as far as budgeting and the major or extraordinary expenses, this is not something that the women that are declaring themselves to be manager of the family are doing really alone. And this is the contrary whenever we look at the column for men, where when men declare themselves to be family budget manager, what really they do is that they do the budgeting and they do the major and the extraordinary expenses. So the picture is quite disappointing, but it seems that the perception of independence is simply that I am able to go to the supermarket or to buy daily stuff. not really to take a decision on how to run the budget, okay? Accidental savers. They really don't plan to save. It ends up that they save because they spend less than what they earn, okay? As you see, there are 70.8% similar to men, which is good, by the way, as far as this is concerned. Let's see what is the... so this is the self-assessment, but let's see if the self-assessment is somehow related to the behavior, because this was also something that we were interested in. So, do women that declare to be financial literate be more likely to invest their money or not? The answer is yes. So there is another source of hope, not only the age, but the fact that if we provide women with some idea of financial literacy, some tools to be in charge of their money, they will invest more likely. Actually, the result is that they don't want to come to the museum. They want to read something on their own, or to go and have materials on the website, because so they manage their time as they want. So the idea is that the priority is not day training. The priority is family, other issues, but not the training. So the training is done on first of all, that the relatives and family are key. Much more than teacher. You see the percentage of teacher is very small. So when we ask, it's father, mother, and actually what surprises most of the time, women, I'm very emotional in this moment, so I have difficulties to keep my heart at the beat of my heart, and this is very normal. We are more emotional, but our emotion can be a driver for learning. So, sometimes given some time for training is good, as much as taking time for the family. And then vary the schedule of session across the day so they can find the right slot. Because the time schedule is very important for women, much more than for men. They have more than one work, not only they work at the job place, but also it's easier to involve them on site activities. So do something for them, specific to them. Finally, this is very important, hope this will work. Optimism increases the chance of hitting the target, and I really think this is our experience, okay? We will have the time to talk about it afterwards.